This might be the very best race series in the world.
Pulls alongside, wants to get a photo finish, and it's... Oh.
Before I'm gonna show you more about my experience with probably the world's best race series, Opera Browser is doing a giveaway of 2 VIP tickets in Hockenheim from 18th to 20th of October, the upcoming Next Gen Cup race, which is taking place during the DTM race weekend, so you can watch that as well. On top, they also offer €1,000 voucher for your travel expenses. You also get 1 taxi lap and you get to meet the driver Linus Stjernelund. Now, what do you need to do? Just simply comment below, I want to win Opera Browser race experience until the 20th of September. Big shout out to them for not only sponsoring, I would say, this video, but also the racing series. And also, if you are looking for something sleek looking, fast and secure, just like a race car, their browser is amazing for that because it also comes with a built-in VPN, ad blocker that you can maybe turn off when you watch my videos and of your other favorite content creators. And last but not least, the browser also has AI features. Good luck winning this fantastic giveaway. You can comment on the YouTube video and also on my Instagram video. There will be 1 winner selected, so you can comment on both to increase your chances. And now enjoy the rest of the video. Woo! So, good morning everyone. Welcome to a very special, interesting video. 2 days ago, I received a DM, or actually an email, from one of the organizers of Next Gen Cup asking if I would like to participate with Next Gen Cup. And me, loving to drive anything, whatever, whether it's a normal car or a street car or a race car, I said, yeah, absolutely, especially since you're driving here at the Nürburgring. I said yes, came here, and what do we have here? Maybe we'll talk about the car a bit later, because after yesterday I found out that this might be the very best race series in the world. So yesterday we did all kinds of sign-ups, all kinds of briefings, and most importantly, before we start talking about the car, we have 16 cars. I'm driving like a Joker wildcard media car, and I think the average participant age must be 16 years old, so a lot of them are 15, 16, some of them are 20. I might be the oldest one with my 34 years of age. And the beauty of it is, this is a championship where you participate, where you pay to drive, obviously, but you don't get your own car for the whole season. Every car is being rotated, every car is being maintained by the team of engineers and mechanics, and after every session, whether it's free practice or qualifying or actual race, you get a data analysis with your engineer that compares your time against the best time, the best driver, because all the data of every single car, of every single driver is available to everyone. Because the goal of this is not only to have fun, like most of the racing, but actually to make sure that everyone is going to be a better driver. And this is amazing. So yesterday, during the free practice, I think the very first free practice, I was P14 out of 16 with like 4 seconds gap towards P1. The second one, I was actually P14, so even slower out of 16, but with 2 seconds gap. And today in qualifying, I am 1 second gap between the P1. There's a lots of small things. The GP track is not my thing, you know that. And of course, I need to know the car, and those kids are talented as hell. And thanks to this program, what everyone is investing, or like the organizers of Next Gen Cup are investing into improving the drivers, I'm sure in the next 5, even definitely 10 years, we will see a lot of the names that are competing here will be probably top dogs in GT series, whether it's Porsche Sports Cup or any GT4, GT3 championships. Who knows what we're gonna have in 5 years. This is amazing. And now let's quickly talk about the car. I'm sitting inside LRT Next One, which is basically Mini Cooper SE electric, but then completely built by and for Next Gen Cup. And on the inside, you cannot tell that it's an electric car aside from the battery next to you, and it's placed nicely here on the right for a better weight distribution. The cars run between 190 and 230 horsepower, depending on sometimes BOP, but in this case the power map that you can change, and it's adjusted to the circuit that the cars are driving on. So if you have more straights or more uphills, you're going to get more power, and when it's not that much necessary, you're going to get a bit less, because those tracks are being tested completely by the Next Gen Cup personnel before they start racing them. You have lots of adjustability. You have built-in suspension, so you can have many clicks that you're allowed to adjust. The tire pressure, you run Hankook tires, and there is, I think, a 0.8 bar window that you're allowed to adjust. So there are some limitations by the racing series, which is quite cool. Throughout the series, I realized once I got used to the car, I could use for a firmer suspension, but it was already too late for that, and yeah, but you definitely feel the differences. And this is why this series is so good, because it allows the drivers to understand what suspension settings changes due to the car, what tire pressure changes due to the car, and there is that. As mentioned, up to 230 horsepower, but you can also have push to pass. So 2 times per race you are having, for 5 seconds, 60 horsepower boost, which is actually quite a lot. It allows you to pass, and you need to know when to use it, because when you press it, it will load up for 5 seconds and then you can use it. So you need to know when is the best time in the coming 5 seconds to use it. And downhill, it's more effective than uphill, I know that. Window wipers, radio, which you do not have. It could be useful, but in today's racing environment, the racing series need to pay a lot for the radio rights. So I can understand that it just makes no sense. We didn't miss it. I only missed it once when I missed the checkered flag at the end. It would have been nice for the engineer. But the races are 20 minutes, which is more than enough. So there is not much need for engineer contact. It's also on GP tracks, so if something happens, everyone knows with the live stream, etc, etc. Bit speed limiter, very good, very handy. Even many of the today's cars do not have it. Last year the 330 we were driving did not have it, so it was sometimes quite inconvenient, so it's good. And here just like indicators, fan, the gearbox selector, rain light, horn, and yeah, the gearbox selector again, fire extinguisher system, brake bias adjustment, which is being used by the top drivers, especially if you want to back-end rotate more in 90-degree corners. So it's a proper race car, really. And just to mention the obvious, it is front-wheel driven, so it's front-wheel drive. The electric motor is on the front, no traction control, no ESP, no ABS, no nothing. And the coolest part for me as a motorsport enthusiast, look at this. The cage is welded to the front strut tower, so you have really so much control over the chassis. There is no body roll, and adjustability of the suspension with different camber adjustment and the clicks, etc. So proper race car. And now quickly let's talk about the cost of all this beautiful. It costs 55,000 euro for a racing series. Now, 55,000 euro does not lay around on the street. You can do, of course, a lot for the money, but in terms of racing, once you start getting into racing and the amount that you get in return for that money, this is actually almost for free. To give you an indication, so 55,000 euro gets you 2 testing days and 4 racing weekends. So you have a full practice day, you have in this case 2 races and 1 more race, whole of engineering department that is there for you to teach you how to become a better driver. You get 3 VIP tickets for your family or friends, so you can go to the lounge and have some dinner, lunch, etc. All the sponsorship contracts, you get a race suit as well, so that's a nice pro. It's basically arrive and drive. Again, to give you an example, for our GT4 driving, the 24-hour race, usually for GT4 on the Nürburgring, costs 200,000 euros. Now, of course, it's a 24-hour race, but a normal VLN race would cost maybe 30,000 euro for 1 race, something like that. And yeah, here as a driver, on a full weekend, you get 2 hours of driving, and then the race weekend. So again, it's for free. I know it sounds crazy to say that 50,000 euros is for free, but once you get into racing, if you compare it to any karting series, any racing series, if you know it, you know it. Even a track day. If you need to build a track car yourself and start to learn how to drive, or a simulator, or racing is expensive. If you want to become a millionaire in racing, you gotta start as a billionaire. So there's that. I think that's it regarding the car and the series. I forgot to mention an important feature. You also get lots of space on the car for your sponsors. So I qualified P10 out of 16. Quite happy with my result because after first time driving this, never driven it before. Let's see how the race is going to be. There's a lots of drafting involved, a lots of slipstreaming, so you need to... I'm here just to have a good fun. I do not want to pay any extra damage bills at the end of the race. So yeah, let's see.
It's lights out, and we're on the way. Good start from Victor Nielsen. A long run here into turn 1. Let's see what Kelvin's going to do. He has, of course, Lucas Stiefelhagen behind him. Then Linus Schnellelund with the number 3 car, the Bondix car. To the inside goes Lucas Stiefelhagen, immediately making his intentions clear, Frederick. He wants to go on the attack.
That's a good move. That's a really good move. He did not waste any push to pass or anything like that. So that's a really good one. We have Storm Jagelund from Norway and the E-Car Expo car having a little bit of an oversteer in the beginning.
And we're going to get another great look at it here. There was the contact, and indeed he was helped in that moment. Did well though to keep that car going in a straight line. Was 90 degrees sideways, Frederick.
Yeah, and really good space awareness from Misha Charoudin, keeping away, not having an incident. So it's really tight now into the first corner. Victor Nielsen braking really late, locking up the wheels a little bit. Didn't hurt his exit though, which is good for him. And Lucas and Calvin, I still think they're just waiting. They don't want to waste the push to pass. They're pushing Victor now to a mistake. You can see him running a little bit wide, or is he just using all of the track? I think he is. Lucas Stiefelhagen in the yellow car he's catching him now. Will he make a move into turn 1? Yes, he does, and he is past him. And will the Groot follow him into the first corner? Yes. Is he losing 2 positions? Will he stay on the outside? I think he will manage to stay on the outside into the left-hander. Can he keep even Lucas Stiefelhagen? No, he can't. Well done by Lucas.
Indeed, it's not quite done yet. He's coming back on the inside for the second part of the Mercedes arena, and that gives Kelvin de Groot another chance to get past him at the next corners. Once again to the right, and Lucas Stiefelhagen loses a position to Kelvin de Groot. And in terms of overtaking, didn't quite go well. We're still too wide at the front of the field. Kelvin de Groot on the outside for the right-hander. The Grootsanbindung on the inside for Victor Nielsen. And Victor Nielsen knows exactly what to do when he's in that position. But Kelvin de Groot showing that experience matters. A little bit of a moment for Lucas Stiefelhagen. And that loses him another position to Enzo Hallman. Graham Hofmans up into P6, but not for long though. Patricia coming back on the inside. The mirror hanging off on the left-hand side. This is cup racing at its best. If a mirror isn't hanging off, have you really raced door to door? Here's the contact between the two going into the chicane. Patricia having the inside for the second part. Well, Graham pinching her to the inside. There is the mirror that, well, decides to exit the race.
I thought Enzo would do a good job. He's got the racecraft, so clearly he's using that. Victor Nielsen.
Massive slide. Massive slide for Victor Nielsen. Was there contact with Lucas Stiefelhagen going into the corner? I think there was. From the camera shot that we had, it looked like it. Linus Schnellelund also gets past Victor Nielsen, and instead of leading the race a lap ago, he's back at the P5, Frederick, and that's how quickly it can go here with the close racing that we have. This has allowed, however, the top 2 in this race to get a bit of a gap. Is he going to use that last push to pass coming on to the start-finish line? Enzo Hallman has used his push to pass on the back straight. This is going to be an interesting one. He's going to prepare that push to pass, is Kelvin de Groot. The run to the line is going to be an interesting one. Who can remember that finish at the Nürburgring we had? Push to pass from the last corner to the line. Kelvin de Groot is using his push to pass, pulls alongside, wants to get a photo finish, and it's Kelvin de Groot. This time, he does finish ahead, 44 thousandths of a second, and that is a bittersweet second place for Enzo Hallman. But what a race we've just seen, Frederick.
So, that was race 1. Messed up there a little bit. It started already from the start, because I actually never ever have done a standing start. We always have been doing rolling starts, and I saw the lights go red, 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 and I expected a green light to happen, but there was none. So I'm I had like a reaction time of -1 or 2 seconds already. So left the place a bit early, almost got wiped out at T1 because someone else spun out. It was coming into my back. I was ready for impact, thinking like, oh my god. And then towards the end, kind of lost my flow.
Focus.
I cannot.
Focus.
I cannot.
Focus.
I cannot.
It's like driving.
It's not Nordschleife. I don't know where I'm going.
How are you?
Yeah.
All good?
Good, good.
How was it?
Challenging.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, the weather looks challenging as
Now
well.
it's exciting. So let's
have a good one.
Yeah, thank you.
See you later,
See you later. Okay, well, if Maro Engel himself says that I need to focus, let's focus for race 2. What I wanted to say, I kind of lost my flow, and as a cherry on the icing, someone decided to knock on my door like, hey, are you still awake? I woke up. So hopefully I'm awake now for wet race, no ABS, in the wet, on semi-slicks, with a car that I don't know. Should be exciting, should be exciting. After seeing those kids, sorry for calling them kids, but I'm 34, they are between 15 and 20. After seeing them fight, it's like me feeling as if I'm about to jump into a pool full of piranhas. I'm gonna get again destroyed, I think, so. But it's fun, it's fun.
We're underway with that long run into turn 1, Frederick. We saw that it was a good start from our pole sitter Victor Nielsen, and indeed the same thing has happened here for Graham Hofmans, the 4th, Patricia Stalizzane on the outsides of Siri Huckveld. A good start for her in the field as well. That is the 50 of Victor Nielsen making his way up the inside already. Graham Hofmans, our pole sitter, has gone wide into turn 1, and that's his pole position already gone. Now it's a clean track ahead for Patricia Stalizzane. Well,
and he's passed, and Enzo Holman is off the track. Enzo Holman is off the track. This is not good. Calvin de Groot and Graham Hofman's off as well. Calvin de Groot using the slipstream. He's got a really good run round Patricia Stalizzane into the chicane. Be careful, but for sure he will make his move.
Indeed, the question is he going to use push to pass for that? It didn't look like it. That was a pure slipstream pause by Kelvin de Groot. He's passed Patricia Stalizzane down to 3rd. Misha Charoudin up to P11 now on this lap as well. Enzo Holman still under pressure though from Benjamin Mastis. He's not letting him go, and they're both actually catching up to Storm.
Exactly, and Storm is also doing a great job with limited experience. He's only 15 years old. He turned 15, I think, a week ago, 2 weeks ago. So it's first then you're allowed to join this championship. So he's doing a stellar job with his very limited experience in these conditions. And Victor Nielsen in the Alpha 1 race car is defending his position. Will he make an attack now? Yes, he is, using the slipstream, going on to the inside. It's a dry line. It's dry everywhere. There is no problem for him. He needs to stay on the inside. Can Victor Nielsen make a good exit? Oh, watch out so you don't hit him. Ah, he made it. That was a clean move. Very well done from Calvin de Groot, the championship leader. We need to compliment Misha Charoudin. He's in 11th position right now, started at the far back, so he's doing a stellar job with some pretty good lap times. It's the final lap. Calvin de Groot is leading with 1.1 second. He is 7 seconds. Calvin de Groot is 7 seconds in front of Linus Janelund. So Patricia, and I can see Victor Nielsen is using push to pass. Patricia is using push to pass. Enzo Holman is using push to pass. So it's the last lap. It's now or never.
Yes, indeed, Patricia, with that use of push to pass, can she get any closer to Linus Janelund? That's the question. There's that car off. That means that there's a yellow flag. No overtaking allowed. Victor Nielsen closed that gap to Kelvin de Groot. Kelvin also having used all of his push to passes already to the line. It's going to be a run. Victor Nielsen, he's going to pull alongside. He's going to make it close, that's for sure. But it's Kelvin de Groot with his second victory of the weekend. And he makes it so far a Grand Slam apart from qualifying, where he qualified P2 behind the man who finished behind him this time, Victor Nielsen.
So I guess Marius Engel's advice did kind of help, because I managed to go from P16 to somewhere P10, and then I lost my concentration again. But good excuse is that 2 others with me also, I guess, lost their concentration, and we missed the checkered flag and we continued driving. My excuse or explanation is that during other racing you have the timer on the above the start finish line that's showing you, okay, well, time is up, is 0:00, and then you're like, oh, okay, that's the last lap, it's end of the race. And this kind of time we didn't have it, missed the checkered flag, was hard to see. That's what it is. You know what else is hard to see? Everything ahead of us. Look at that. are we gonna get 24 hours of Nürburgring vibes? That our race is going to get postponed again, because even yesterday's race also got postponed because of the rain. So it will be interesting. Right now it is 8 o'clock 03. The race should start in about 40 minutes. So I still need to get to the paddock and get changed. As you can see, maybe, if you can see, we are on track right now. We're supposed to be in the cars right now doing the start. But unfortunately, until further notice, the race start will be delayed. And we got nice announcement in our WhatsApp group, so that's actually a very nice way of communicating by the Next Gen Cup. You get all the announcements, all the relevant race info. You have also a separate WhatsApp group with your race engineer that tells you like come by for a briefing so we can discuss things, and you can always ask additional questions about your driving. So it's really cool. At this point, I have to be honest, from my personal experience, as we've seen also during 24-hour race of Nürburgring, I don't think this is going to clear up before 12, and by then the race organization might say like, hey guys, we're going to prefer the DTM race to start, and that's going to be sad because I was really looking forward to the race 3. So let's hope it's going to still happen and have some more fun, because I enjoyed it in the wet. I need a bit more time to get to practice in the dry, because for me I still have the mindset of NLS. In the first 20 minutes, nothing happens. Let everyone kind of go, and then you catch up because you have at least 4 hours or 6 or 24. And in this case, everything needs to be done in the first lap. Sometimes in the last one, but within the first 20 minutes. And I'm just here for a good time. I already had enough fun with someone knocking in my door that I will need to pay for it according to the contract. So I'm just doing my pace, doing the vibes, and then we'll see. So let's see how it goes. Oh no, flashbacks. Flashbacks to N24. Every half an hour new update with no update.
Misha Charoudin, he starts from 11th, a better starting position than it was in race number 2 yesterday. He climbed a lot of places there as well. So I'm going to be interested to see what he is going to be able to do today. Then Sophie Hofman in P12, Benjamin Mazatis in P13. And let's go to the 5 red lights. We're waiting until they go out, and they're out. We're starting that long run down in the turn 1. Interesting to see what Kelvin de Groot can do on that little bit of a wetter line. And it looks like indeed Victor Nielsen was able to get out ahead. Yes, that's the case. It's Linus Schenelund to challenge us round the outside already. We're going to go 3 wide into turn 1. They're taking it easy. Linus Schenelund all the way around the outside, finding their grip. And is he going to get up into first? Yes, he is. Round the outside, Linus Schenelund, the sim racer, is up into P1. Oh, look at this, Frederick. Different lines from the 2 at the front. The exit is for Kelvin de Groot onto that long straight. And that is crucial. He's going to get the exit, the better run out of the corner. And he's going to take that first spot away from Linus Schenelund. That is pure experience. That is. Oh, Victor Nielsen has gone round. That's crucial. That's second place in the championship. And Kelvin de Groot in first will be laughing now. This is crucial for the championship. Has taken some of the advertising board on the front of that car as well. He's trying to shake that off, but that's stuck on there. That's going to hamper his vision as well. Oh, Victor Nielsen, what have you done? I think he touched the wet part and that spun him round, but that's crucial. Linus Schenelund up into P2 now. Enzo Holman going to be the laughing third. Lucas Stiefelhagen in fourth now. And Storm up into P5. Let's see if he can recover from this. But that is stuck on there, Frederick. What he needs to try and do is try and get up behind the car, try and get into that toe. There's a low pressure area and that will suck that off the car. But you first have to try and get in behind someone. Now, is he going to wait for someone? Is he going to try and catch up to Patricia? I think I know what he's going to try and do. If he's going to be able to do that with the parachute that he has at the front of his car, that's a question. He's now up behind Patricia. He's going to try and get that board off the car. There you go.
Finally.
There you go. It's off the car, but that's not what we want. It's on the track now, and that might cause a safety car picked up by another car, and it's back onto another car, back onto the racing track. This time it is the 47 of Sophie Hofman. This is incredible, Frederick. I've never seen the like of this, but it's onto Sophie Hofman, her car now. She now has to try and get up behind the car, and she's now risking overheating.
So Schenelund is using his push to pass now to fend off Kelvin de Groot for the lead, and will he take him into the first corner? Yes, he probably will.
Indeed he does. Now the question is Kelvin going to have time to come back with the slipstream? Linus is going to fend him off, and he's going to fend off the inside. The outside works though. Linus did that on the opening lap. He goes wide. Oh no, the gravel, and that second place probably gone to Enzo Holman. He is the laughing third now. Once again, Kelvin not making the apex of the right hand there. That has given Enzo the perfect opportunity. I have a feeling, Frederick, they're both going to use it coming out of this corner onto the back straight. This is at least what Kelvin de Groot did yesterday.
He's using the first one to catch up, just like we said.
Yeah, is he going to overtake him? Is he going to be able to overtake him? That's the question. It's going to be an inside move for an outside move for the corner, but an inside move for the chicane. Kelvin fending that off. Slipstream being used. Kelvin the Groat using one in defense to it.
Whoa. He doesn't know that Enzo still has one to go. So Enzo, make sure you're doing the last corner perfect now. Focus on the corner exit. Use your push to pass. This is his chance to win his first race of the season.
Is he going to be able to do what Kelvin did to him yesterday? Who can remember 44 thousandths was the gap? The exit of this corner crucial. Enzo Holman going to press it now. A run to the line. Is he going to be in time?
Oh,
it's going to be a photo finish. It's going to be Kelvin the Groat once again winning that race. Enzo Holman 46 thousandths of a second this time. It's unbelievable, these two making a show of it this weekend. That ADAC board still on the car of Sophie Hofmann. But Freddie, this is the second time this weekend a finish has been within a tenth of a second. All three cars within a second at the front. And once again, we have the same podium we had in race 1 yesterday. Sophie Hofmann still with that board on the car.
Wow, that was insane. Finally, after 2 races, today race number 3, I managed to get a hand of it off the start, because the first race, the start was absolutely horrible. I was waiting for a green light that never came. Second one was also kind of now. And now on the race 3, I managed to actually secure lots of overtakes after the start, and it was amazing. Then I went too much on the brakes, so I slid through, wheels locked up. Came back in, but still fought too much, and I think I lifted mid-corner, which caused me to spin. Rookie mistake, but overall it was full of action. I managed to still even go from the back completely after I spun out to catch up on the 2 people ahead of me. We had even a bit of a nice fight. Yeah, I think it was overall like a race full of action. I'm happy for myself as a driver that I had consistent improvement. So give me one more lap or one more race and we can go at least already towards the middle of the grid, maybe, probably. But again, those kids that are driving here, one guy turned 15 only 2 weeks ago here. They're really talented, it's their passion, it's their motivation, and I feel like a grandpa now. I think I need to take a break from a motorsport. No, really, if you're a parent, because I think it's really something for younger people that would want to develop their skills, this series is absolutely amazing, fantastic. Like I said already previously, you get so much in return. You get your data engineer, you get all the access to everyone's data. Everyone wants to become a better driver. Everyone wants you to become a better driver, and this is amazing. I definitely have become a better driver in the series over the last 3 days, so I'm really grateful for the experience. And who knows, maybe we'll do something more with them. I would really like to try again to maybe next year if they're at the Nürburgring. Would be really cool. No, it's fantastic. So thank you very much who made this possible. Check out the website of Next Gen Cup. I'm really, really happy. I had really more action and I learned more in 3 days than sometimes in one full season. I kid you not. So that's all there is to say, really. If you made it this far into the video, I want to say 2 separate things. One, aside from all the driver improvement that they do regarding to the car from Next Gen Cup to the drivers, they also have very extensive sponsoring coaching, how you approach a sponsor, how you behave with a sponsor, and that is really, again, unique. As a matter of fact, when a sponsor approaches a the driver will forward them to the organization instead of letting their daddy talk and who has maybe sometimes no clue. And in return, the driver will get the free entry, for example. So this is actually very cool. Second, this probably is one of the best produced videos that I have done regarding to racing, because we have onboard cameras, we have live stream, we have everything. We have access to it, all of it. We didn't have to apply for media license and have X amount of followers to be, or have a journalistic card. No, everyone has access to everything. The onboard quality is from the cameras on board on those cars, and crispy clear quality. We were allowed to put all of our GoPros in it without any scrutineering or problems. Maybe that will become a thing later on, but we had them with us. But when we saw the quality of the cameras, we said, why should we bother? Because this is perfect. And when such a rookie beginner series can provide something like this, why cannot more professional motorsport series out there do it? Not naming any specific names, because multiple of them are guilty to that. We're in 2024. It would be nice to have some good quality and telemetry data. but who am I? So this is Calvin, by the way. As you can see, we're having data analysis at the same time. He's just kicking ass non-stop. He's P1 every race. So, two things, just to keep it short. What's the best thing that you find about this series?
And the best thing I think is the equality. So you can't change a lot on the car, so you have to do it with what you get. And the car is really well set up for good competitive driving. That's one thing I like, and also how the car is built. So when you go up in the straights, the slipstream is massive. So you can, if you make a mistake, you can catch up again and learn from the driver in front. So all through the weekend, you can learn and improve yourself. So it's all about getting the feeling for the car and improving your driving style. So that's what I like the most.
What did you learn, like from this series? What was the thing that you learned the most? Let's say.
Smooth and fast.
Yes.
Because starting Friday this weekend, I was a little bit too aggressive. And I was losing time almost everywhere because I was too late on the brakes and too late on throttle. So I lost momentum, struggling. So I learned that. And also be consistent. Don't make the rookie mistakes. A lot of guys
I did that in my last race. Yeah, it's you live and you learn. And you race and you learn again.
Yeah, I tried to make them in trainings because I made a lot of mistakes in trainings, and just be aware in race that it can happen. I almost lost it in lap 3 today, so I lost like a 2-second gap, and they were right up my rear again. So. Yeah, just that. Yeah.
Nice. So, and why should people join Next Gen Cup, you think?
If you want to prove yourself and show everybody you can drive, this is the best class because
I completely messed up there.
I'm sorry. No, but it's hard to adapt. But if you want to prove yourself here, especially as a junior, because we have a driver Linus, he's also here. But
Hi there.
he's like almost no experience, but he's really fast and really quick fast. So he's learning. And yesterday on the podium, I said something nourishing to him. He said to me, "Oh, I learned from you, and I improved myself because of the tips you gave." And we're competitors. We all want to level up the competition.
Exactly. Yeah, your engineers sent me also some info about it. So that's, and I think I did improve a lot. At least my engineers had. So, and I think my times and performance on track, except for the couple of mistakes, did so. So, like I said, I learned more than I sometimes do in the full season. So, if only I was young again, I was allowed to race the full season here. But yeah, because unfortunately the age limit is 25 if you want to compete for the championship. So which makes sense. I have a perfect excuse. I cannot drive because I'm too old. Nice.
All right,
Thanks again. Thank you.